Hello, welcome to my video. This is RG Fix It Right, and today we are going to discuss how to change the internal battery of the Rain Bird SST600 indoor timer. SST stands for Simple Set Timer, and today I've mocked up a couple wires here on the bottom just for demonstration purposes. I've dismounted it from the wall, but I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. I've already got the screws out of it, but I'll explain how to do that. Just for reference, yeah, you'll unplug it from the wall, the AC adapter, you'll unplug it, and to undo it under here, to remove this lower cover, you will just flex out on these little ears, and this cover will come off, and you can set that aside. When you get your manual, this is the manual for it, and I'm not going to show you today how to program it or anything like that. We're just simply changing the internal battery. The only thing it says about a battery in this unit is on page 7 of your manual, and it says battery pull tab. It's a little yellow plastic tab that you pull out, and that activates your battery. It allows the battery to contact so it can keep track of time. The only thing the battery does is that if you have a power outage, it keeps an internal clock. It doesn't affect your settings, but it also will not turn your sprinklers on during a power outage. It's strictly just to keep the clock. This is the only thing it talks about. It does not show how to change the battery, and that's what this video is today. So we'll set that aside. So if this is on your wall and you've got your cover off, you'll unplug your AC adapter from the wall, and then you can unplug it from where it plugs in right here. It's just 2 prongs. And it's just a matter of grasping it firmly and pulling straight down. You don't have to flip a tab or a locking device or anything. Just pull it down and it'll come off. And the same thing to put it on. It'll go on, and it rides over a little tab here that holds it up in there. So yeah, pulling it out, it's going to take a little bit. Might have to move it just a little, but it'll come on and off of there just fine. Okay, so then the next thing to do is probably take your cell phone and take a photo of all your wires. This is a 6-station timer. It has 2 commons, which are the whites, and then it has 6 other wires for 6 zones. These carry 24 AC power. That's all that powers this. So in this particular case, we just have one valve set on zone 1. But these all work the same, and to take these wires out, you take a small screwdriver that you might pick up at your hardware store, just a flat blade, and on top of these things there's a little place you can put it, and you push straight down and pull the wire out. Okay, so then we go to zone 1. Okay, so once you get all your wires removed, and like I say, you want to pay attention to where the wires go, because those are your zones. Take a photo of it. If you don't have a camera, then simply just write down zone 1 takes a black wire, zone 2 takes the orange wire, zone 3 takes the red wire, so on and so forth. And you know, your commons are whatever the color you have. Most of the time it's white is your common, and that's why they have white here. But your zones could be several different colors. Okay, so with the wires out of the way, now we need to dismount this thing from the wall. And to do that, there's going to be one screw right here. It's a Phillips head screw usually, and you screw that out. And once that's screwed out, you can grasp your timer and just push up. You might have to pull out just a little bit, but push and maybe wiggle up, because what you got to do is you got to dislodge the upper screw from this cavity right here, because the head of it slid behind this, and that's what holds. There's only 2 screws that hold this on the wall. This screw and this screw that we just took out. So once you get it off the wall, you can take it in and work on it. Okay, so the first thing to do would probably be to remove this dial. Now to remove this dial, it's not glued on, it doesn't have a set screw. You just simply have to hold the face down, get a firm grip on the dial, and just pull straight up, and off it comes. It's got a flat spot that's indicated on the stem. Okay, mine happen to be in the off position. Okay, you remove that. Then you can turn this over, and I've already done so, but take a Phillips screwdriver. There's only 5 screws. They're all the same length. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You take out those 5 screws on the back, and then this back plate lifts off. Okay, there's nothing special about that. Set that aside. Now, once you're here, you'll have one screw right here in the middle holding this whole electronic board in. So I take a Phillips screwdriver, take out that screw. Now, what you want to do is take this board off this direction, and I'll show you why. So all you have to do is grab a hold, and it comes right up. Just pull it straight up, turn it over, and there you have your board. Now, the reason we do it face down is all these little buttons, which are right here, has this little special piece that if you do it the other way, which I'll show you, I mean, you can do it the other way, you just got to be aware of it. So let's say I took out that screw, I then turned this over and laid it down, and I pulled this up, and I took off the faceplate this way. As you see, all those button pieces are over there. No big deal if that's what you do. Just simply take this off just like this. I'm going to move everything over just so you can see, just to make it simpler. So if this is what you've done, just simply take this, turn that over just like the cover. It's got 2 holes, one down here and one up here, and it just simply goes down there and fits in there. Okay, so now that's in there. Okay, getting back to this. Right over here is the battery. On the left side, as you're looking at it, there's going to be a little positive marking right here at the top, just to indicate that positive is side up. Okay, to get that battery out, there's actually an opening on the back side. There's actually one here, and there's one right here. But this button right here is kind of in the way. But I hold the board. I prefer to do it this way. I broke that toothpick off, and I'm using the toothpick because I don't want metal in there. Toothpick is wood. So then you just kind of just push out this battery. It's just a flat battery, and out it comes. Pay attention to how it come out. This one came out with the positive side up to match the positive on the battery holder. Okay, now this battery is a lithium cell. The number on it is CR, and that would be like Cat Romeo 2032. It's a 3-volt flat battery, and it just slides out. This just keeps track of your clock is all. That's all it does. It does not run the system. It doesn't do anything like that. Okay, so you get a new battery, and you go to put it back together. Simply slide the battery in, push it in until it stops. Okay. We bring in the front piece. Remember, these are for all these buttons. Simply push this over. The stem needs to go through that little hole. So you can maybe look. And there it goes. And if it goes on right, you'll see your holes right here that hold on your back cover. Everything's down flush. You simply, sorry about that, I hit my camera stand. Screw the one screw back in the middle. It doesn't have to be tight, just finger tight. So now that board's on there. I can actually turn it over now, but I won't. Well, yeah, we'll turn it over. Okay, so my dial has a flat spot. The stem has a flat spot. Match those two things up. I happen to know mine was in the off position when I started. And just push it on. Okay, to put the back on, there's nothing special. Match up which way it goes. And then you put in your 5 screws. Nothing special about those. Don't have to reef on them. You put them on. Okay, so then you go back out and you slide that over the screw that's in the wall. Slides down. You put in your other screw to mount it to the wall. Then you look at your diagram or your photograph and you start taking your wires. This is the common. And all you got to do is stick them in this bottom piece and just push them in. You don't have to use anything to push anything else, and they're locked in there. My zone 1 wire, there it is. I plug on my power. Remember, you just plug it on. There's nothing you got to flip or anything. Okay, then you put on your cover plate and your internal battery is changed. Thanks for watching. After you press share and like.